Welcome back to Grammar Grade 7. This is Unit 12, Lesson 74, and today we tackle one of the smallest marks in all of writing, but one of the busiest, the apostrophe. It shows who owns what, it stands in for missing letters, and it even keeps certain plurals clear. Master where it goes, and your writing instantly looks sharper. Let's dig in. So, what does this little mark actually do? The apostrophe is a small mark with big jobs, and there are 3 of them. First, it shows ownership, telling you what belongs to whom, as in the dog's leash. Second, it stands in for missing letters when we shorten words, like turning do not into don't. And third, it makes clear the plurals of letters and numbers, so mind your P's and Q's stays readable. One mark, 3 different jobs. Let's take them one at a time. Let's start with ownership, the apostrophe's most common job. When a single noun owns something, watch what we do. Take Ross's bike. Ross is one person, one owner, so we add an apostrophe and then an S onto the end, and now the bike clearly belongs to Ross. The same move works for the dog's leash, the leash of one dog. So for any singular owner, one person or thing, add apostrophe S and you're done. Now a plural that already ends in S. Take the players' bench, a bench shared by all the players. Because players already ends in S, you add only an apostrophe with no extra S after it. The apostrophe simply lands after that S. The teacher's lounge works exactly the same way, and so does the students' lockers. If the word already ends in S, resist the urge to add another one, just the apostrophe. Some owners are special. First, a plural noun that does not end in S, like children. Since there is no S already sitting at the end, you add apostrophe S, giving the children's toys. Second, indefinite pronouns, words like everyone and somebody. They work the same way. Everyone's coat, somebody's phone. In both cases, there is no S at the end to bump into, so the apostrophe and S slide right on. Here is the trap that catches almost everyone. A possessive pronoun never takes an apostrophe. Look, its caller, spelled ITS, correctly shows that the caller belongs to it. But its caller, with an apostrophe, actually reads as it is caller, which makes no sense at all. The same holds for yours, theirs, ours, and hers. None of them ever take an apostrophe. A possessive pronoun already shows ownership on its own, so it never needs that little mark. The apostrophe's second job is joining words into contractions. Do not becomes don't, and the apostrophe holds the spot where the O disappeared. It is becomes its. They are becomes their. Each time, 2 words squeeze into one, and the apostrophe stands in for whatever letters we drop. The apostrophe's third job is a quieter one, making plurals clear. To make the plural of a single letter, a figure, or a word used as a word, you add apostrophe S. Mind your P's and Q's. There are 2 sevens painted on the door. You've used too many ands in that sentence. Without that apostrophe, P's could look like the word piss. So adding S to letters, figures, and words keeps the plural clear and readable. Let's boil it all down to a quick check. First, does something own something? If yes, add apostrophe S, or just an apostrophe if the word already ends in S. Second, is it a possessive pronoun like its or yours? Then use no apostrophe at all. Third, are 2 words joined into one? That's a contraction, like don't. And fourth, are you making the plural of a letter or a number? Then add apostrophe S. Ownership, gaps, and clear plurals. let the apostrophe do all three. Time to practice. In this first set, read each sentence and choose the correct apostrophe form. Think about whether the owner is singular or plural, and whether it already ends in S. Pause the video and try each one yourself before I reveal the answer. The leash belongs to one dog. The owner is singular, just one dog. So we add an apostrophe and then an S, giving us dog's leash. So the answer is dogs. The bench belongs to all the players. Players is plural and it already ends in S, so we add only an apostrophe with no extra S after it. That gives us players bench. So the answer is players. The puppy wagged blank tail happily. The tail belongs to the puppy, so we need a possessive pronoun. Remember, its, meaning belonging to it, takes no apostrophe, while its with an apostrophe would wrongly mean it is. So the answer is its. In this second set, each item uses the apostrophe in a different way. Decide whether you need ownership, a contraction, or a plural of a letter. Pause and choose before I answer. The toys belong to the children. Children is already plural, but it does not end in S, so we treat it like a singular owner and add apostrophe S. That gives us children's toys. So the answer is children's. We blank have any homework tonight, meaning we do not have homework. Do not squeezes into one word, and the apostrophe stands in for the missing O. Watch its placement carefully. D-O-N apostrophe T. So the answer is don't. Be sure to dot all your blank and cross your T's. Here, we need the plural of a single letter, the letter I. To keep it clear and readable, we add apostrophe S, giving us eyes. So the answer is eyes. Let's gather up today's lesson. The apostrophe does three big jobs. For ownership, add apostrophe S to a singular noun and only an apostrophe to a plural that already ends in S. Special owners, like children and everyone, still take apostrophe S. But watch the trap. A possessive pronoun, like its, yours, theirs, ours, or hers, never takes an apostrophe. The apostrophe also joins contractions, standing in for missing letters, as in don't. And it makes clear plurals of letters and numbers, like P's and Q's. Ownership, gaps, and clear plurals. Nicely done today, and I'll see you in the next lesson.